Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and listen to some great conversation about boy bands.
Yeah.
What could be better than that?
Absolutely nothing.
As always, my name is Diane.
I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Lydia. And a boy man on a bearskin rug is better than listening.
Oh, Lydia!
Wow, getting racy up in here.
Oh my.
Sorry.
It's after hours, apparently.
Put the kids to bed. All right. So my topic for today is we're most of us in this room, at least, are sort of defined as super fans of boy bands.
Oh,
Us?
not me.
No.
Ow.
Okay.
But Lydia,
My feelings.
you're a super fan of other things,
Yeah,
anime,
fair.
You know.
Yeah, true. Other things.
I don't
Those
The
maid
Food
dancers.
Network.
yeah.
That's great. But no worries. I feel like I'm the good outsider perspective.
Exactly. That's why we bring you in
Thank
for
you.
this. However, as super fans, I feel that all of us probably get asked a lot of similar questions in regards to our fandom. And so I thought we would just answer those questions for everybody today.
Ooh.
Oh, that's an interesting episode
Yes.
of our lives.
Thanks. So just to get started, as people get to know that you're a fan of a band, I'm sure this happens to a lot of people, especially a band that has been popular for a long time.
Like 26 almost years.
One of the that was a weird laugh. I'm sorry. That's like a feeling really self-conscious about that now. The one thing that they usually ask first is, "Oh wow, they're still around. They still make music."
Oh, I hate that question.
God.
Yes is the answer.
Yes is the answer.
Yes is the answer.
There's something called the internet, where that can give you answers to questions like this.
My friend Google is really good at these things.
Yeah, and I guess if you're not interested, then maybe you wouldn't Google that. But I feel like if I
there's
just
ways
said,
to find out that information.
but if I just said, "Oh, somebody said, 'Hey, Sophia, what'd you do last night?' and you were like, 'I went to a Backstreet Boys concert.'" And your next question is, "Oh, wow, they're still around." Like, nah, they performed in my backyard.
That would be amazing.
That
by
would
the
be
way.
amazing.
Yes,
That'd be
please.
amazing.
But like, obviously,
Exactly.
otherwise, what concert are you going to? Did it happen in your mind? Did you watch it on TV? Like, I just feel like it's a weird question.
Yes.
But so the answer to all of your questions about boy bands, yes, they still exist.
Yes.
Yes. Even though they're not played on the radio as often as they used to be, they still exist.
Even though Ashley Angel left O-Town, they're still performing.
Yes.
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 So the next question I feel like that comes after that. So people find out, oh, you like Backstreet Boys, you like NSYNC, you like, well, NSYNC's not around.
NSYNC is not.
R.I.P.
See, that's a good.
Oh, dear
that would be the
Diane.
no to that
But they're
question.
still selling merch. What?
Oh,
Not to me.
Overpriced merch.
Yes.
okay. Anyways,
sorry.
new
Buy it.
kids, whatever. Did you know that whatever, they're having a concert, they have a new song, they're appearing at
On
this
Ellen.
event?
What?
So now for jokes, I'm like, no, I didn't know that. Please tell me more
Like,
information.
the answer to your question is yes. Yes, we know.
I knew way before you did.
In fact, here's everywhere else they're going to be as well.
I feel like a lot of people who like then get to know us stop saying that eventually because they're like, or they preface it with like, you probably already knew this, but I heard they're gonna be, performing at this award show, or they're gonna be, having a concert here or whatever.
yes.
Yeah.
BSB CIA is in full effect, and most boy band fans have hardcore fans that know things. However, working in the radio industry, sometimes I do find out things slightly ahead of time.
Slightly.
Like the new Backstreet Boys single, which is out now, but I knew that it was coming out November 9th.
Chances. Go check it
Chances.
out.
Second single.
What are the chances?
A funny story is like, back in 2016, we had met Nick Carter a bunch of times, like in a row, so to speak. And so I was speaking to some people about it. I won't mention them by name. And after we had this long conversation about, like, they were like, what's going on with you and Nick? How do you get all these pictures of them? La, la, la. They followed it up with, did you know he was on Dancing with the Stars? No. Really? Shocking.
Well, I feel like people are just trying to be helpful, though,
They're trying
right?
to maybe continue the conversation, possibly.
Yeah. They're like, I know this tidbit of fact. And you're like, yeah, thank you. Next.
I just feel like it's a weird question to ask. No?
It is weird. But I'm just trying to help out the fellow fan.
But I feel at that point, when they see the pictures or whatever, the next inevitable question is, oh, they must know your name.
Well, there's one that I feel like comes before that.
Okay.
So I feel like I get asked. So then after they realize, okay, they know everything. I know Diane, she obviously heard this news about the Backstreet Boys already.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been getting a lot, and this is like more recently, like, how did you get that picture? How did you meet them?
yes.
So
I do get that.
again, I would like to tell all of you, there's something called the internet.
It's really not as hard as it was.
It's really not hard.
Yeah.
Back in the olden days of early
Back in
boy
my
bands.
day.
Back in my day, the only way you could see bands was to win radio station contests or fan club contests or things like that.
Or camp out outside their bus.
Or Much Music.
Or outside
radio
their hotel
station.
room.
Yeah.
If you knew where they were staying.
It's not that complicated anymore.
Now
You
it's
go
a
to
lot
their
simpler.
website, you pay money,
They have
and
a
then
fan
you go
club.
and meet them.
And maybe this is
Thank
this
God,
is
though.
shattering your dream. Maybe I shouldn't have said that the way that we meet them is we pay money and then we get to take a picture with them. Because I feel like what people want me to say is that I stalked them outside a restaurant, or that or maybe that I just happened to be at that restaurant and they were there and it was like sheer luck. No, just pay money.
It's so much better now, though. I'd rather pay money than have
Yeah.
to camp out 7 hours to be like,
Yeah.
maybe a glimpse of someone.
And you know you're getting it for sure, and it's not complicated, and
Yeah.
it's not luck. Believe me, it's not luck.
We have run into them certain places, though, like places that
Yeah.
we've paid, like the cruise or whatever, things like that, like where
But it's
you're
not that
guaranteed.
random.
It's not random. We know, like, hey, they're stuck on a boat with 3,000 of us. You're probably going to run into them at some point. If they are in a,
escape.
if they are in a good mood and not with their security guard, they will stop and take a quick picture with you if you are not an asshat.
So yes, I'm sorry
Exactly.
if this answer crushes your dreams. You're not gonna run into a famous person at the grocery store and take a picture with them. It's
Unless you
What?
live in like
LA?
LA or
Maybe.
Nashville or
yeah.
something, but even then you're probably not going to recognize them because they're probably going to be dressed as bums and
yeah.
they don't want to be bothered when they're
And at that
grocery
point, yeah,
shopping.
they don't want to take a picture with you. So the answer to your question is use the internet, pay money. You're guaranteed a nice photo with them. You'll look your best. You won't be wearing your grocery store clothes.
Unless you want to
Yeah.
It'll be
It's not
great.
luxury.
and you run out of clothing options of what to wear. 'cause no-
You just wear the same thing every time. No. So then, yes, after that, we do get a lot. Oh my God, you have so many pictures. They must know your name.
They do not.
They do not. Here's the thing, and I know, well, okay, hold on. I'm going to preface this the fact that Brian and Leanne do know Sophia's name
Okay, yes. That I will agree now, but before I was saying no.
because Sophia used to rep Leanne's clothing line in Canada,
Wiley,
which is now defunct.
they've closed down because
Yes.
she's way busier doing other stuff now.
So, but they did know her. But other than that, people are like, oh, Nick Carter must know your name. No, do you want to know why? Because when you meet him, you're like, hey, buddy, blah, blah, blah. Here's an amusing story about my boss. I'm going to take a quick picture with you. But I don't say, hello, I am Chinzia. Can you please say Chinzia again and again? Like, people I work with don't even know how to say my name. I'm not going to expect a famous person to know my name. That being said,
He does know faces. Like
he
he
knows
recognizes.
faces,
yeah.
yes. And also, you can ask them to say, hey, can you say my name in a video? Which is how we
Yes.
got him to say hi to Diana, Sophia, and Chinzia. which is Diane.
So
His best
great.
friend.
The thing is, in
Diana.
rehearsal, he said Diane.
Ooh.
And then when he said it on video, he said Diana. So
So then I
Diana's-
try to be nice and be like, oh, that's what best friends say. They have a nickname for you, and it's Diana.
But that's not a nickname.
Well, he added, that's your nickname for it.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's good. It's good.
Anyways, the fact of the matter is, and then we would
trying to
go
be
into
nice.
pictures, and then we would our big thing is we put signs in pictures. We're big fans of signs and signs at
Sign
concert.
Squad.
Hashtag Sign Squad. So then we just start writing our names on the signs, and we have a nice picture of us with all the Backstreet Boys holding signs with our names on it because obviously they've come to see us. So whatever. You know what? Just have fun with these things.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I know as a regular person who goes through life and, you know, if you've met somebody 20 times, you're going to remember their name at that point. But you're also not meeting hundreds of people daily,
True.
right?
True.
All over the country, all over like the world,
Yes,
really.
very true.
And I feel like, you know, depending on the fandom, maybe like boy
O-Town?
band fans are all women typically, so maybe people start to look alike. I don't know.
But I feel like some of the bands that aren't as big, like the O-Towns of the world, they do recognize people and say it by name. Because when we were in London, they were calling out the girls by name.
That's true, but they have
Really?
less fans. No,
But they've
not
been to like
that's a
every
bad
VIP
thing.
probably, right?
Yes, and you know what? Are you talking about VIPs at all on this thing? 'Cause I
What
have
do you
to
mean?
say
A
that-
question about VIPs?
Yes.
You can add a question. I didn't write one down.
Okay, so what I think, so back in the day, essentially you're meeting this band, you're going to be backstage at a concert, you're going to say hello, blah, 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 take a picture, they won't have film in the camera, and then that's it. Now there's like cool experiences that you can do. One that I'm very jealous that I am not doing is
that already
O-Towns
passed.
that I did not do because I had other commitments, and it was in New York City. Is that O-Town did a laser tag with their fans. So they had, I believe it only holds like 30 people in there. So 30 people or less, because I'm assuming you have
It
to
might
have
have been slightly more, but I can't
32?
remember.
can't remember. Anyways, definitely less than 50 people, but you each were like drafted onto a different O-Town members team, and then you got to play like laser tag with them and
It did
stuff.
seem
Sounds
really
fun.
And it sounded like so much fun. And then there was like a pizza party as well. And then it was like the
wow,
concert.
that's amazing.
And then we've done cool things with Nick. We've done Nick lunches. Those have been a lot of fun where he'll play music.
And
you'll
he's
eat.
done he's done bowling with fans, and
Yes.
he recently earlier this month did like a cycling, not cycling.
yes, that
what do you
spin-
call that?
spin
yeah,
class.
spinning.
What?
They were
Really?
it was raising
Class.
money for charity.
Oh.
And then if your team did $2,000 and you got pictures with him and you got to like ride your bike, I'm like, exercise? What is this? But yeah,
Sounds
so
part
there's
of
a
the
lot
deal.
of cool experiences now. So it's not just the play. And another thing that O-Town does well is they actually will have like, so most bands will do like a sound check or whatever, and then pictures and meet and greet that way. But they'll also do it. You can hang out backstage before they go on air
Yeah.
on the stage, or you can actually hang out on the stage during one of the shows and like film the crowd and be in on one of their songs. So there's like a lot of cool different things that people do now to make the experience more fun. And I feel like it's more fun for the artist too, because you're not just doing the same, okay, I'm standing at this photo wall with like for half an hour while people like fly by.
Yeah, because that's got to be boring.
They still do that, but they also have other fun things to do, which I think are cool.
Like as an
I
artist,
agree.
that must be brutal.
And like it's just a better way for them to make money, first of all,
Oh
because
yeah,
oh yeah, they roll in the
they
dough
get to
with
keep
that.
way more of that money than they would on the ticket sales.
True.
Plus, then you also have that connection with people, and you're like, oh, you start to recognize your super fans and things like that. So I think it's
I
very
agree.
cool.
Yep.
All right. So then I find what comes after that is as people become your friend and they see you continuing to go to these things, they're like, oh, how was your trip to wherever? Oh, so you tell them what happens and they're like, oh, I want to do that. Can I come with you next time?
We love you, but,
But
no.
Here's the thing, okay? And this is what I tell people. You don't want to come with me. You think you do, but you don't. Because if you come with me, we've just established that if you're coming to a Backstreet Boys event with me, they're going to recognize me, which means that you are just going to be some random weirdo standing beside a person they know. Like, imagine you're walking down through the mall and you see your friend and their friend. Are you going to interact with their friend that you don't know?
No.
No, you're going to interact with the person you know. Maybe you're going to be introduced to that person and you're going to say, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And then you're going to go back to interacting with the person that you know. So I almost feel like your experience, I am not, trying to dissuade you from getting a VIP experience with anyone. Boy band VIP experiences are amazing. Go by yourself.
If I may interject as a non-super fan, Chinzia, when you went when you went to Aqua, yes, and you're like, I'm going to go in the pit. Do you want to come with me? I was like, absolutely not, because here's what's going to happen. I don't like people near me. I just get a little bit of claustrophobia. Chinzia does the elbow thing.
I did not know. I did not do the
elbow thing? Oh, good job. Chinzia makes sure my ground. She makes sure she gets to the front, no matter the cost. And I'm just like, no, thank you. I'm good. I'm just going to stay back here with people who are farting and drunk. So, like, it's just like, like, good on you. Like, good on you for, like, because you're like, I know what I love.
I'm short
and
I need to see, and I need to be close, and I need interaction. And I got interactions at both Aqua concerts with Renee.
No, I know exactly, but like your type of concert experience and like a regular
normal human being
concert experience, totally different. I don't want to be up there in the crowd with people with BO and like pushing and shoving and league. Was weed legalized at that point? Maybe.
It doesn't matter.
No, it was just, but like, it doesn't matter because at Pitbull concerts, it's all the same. You're like, I'm dying. So, I kind of have to agree with you. Like, make your own experience. Yeah. Like, because the super fans are going to be completely out of your league. There's going to be things that, like, inside jokes that you're not going to know about. There's going to be, so just, so definitely do your own VIP experience and make it your own. And then you'll have your own inside jokes. And you'll have your own like interactions, and it'll be like, "Aha! Remember this time I licked peanut butter off this guy's shoe." And you're like, "Oh, that was so funny," So just that's
that
my
did not happen.
No, but that's just my interjection.
That would be really funny.
All right, continue on with your
thing. Not saying that
thinking.
we would not introduce you, by the way, if you did come.
No, of course we would.
Not. But again, we're not like on first name basis. What does your friend think that we have? Like their phone numbers? We do not.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like
my cousin's husband was like, "Do you have Nick Carter's phone number?" I'm like, "For what?"
Like, absolutely not. We do not. Some of them
just don't know, right?
Well, and the other thing too is like, you're not. I want to sit with you at a concert so that like then those random girls in Vegas. Okay, there was this really weird situation where when we went to Vegas back in March of 2017, these girls were like, "Can I have your phone number?" And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Can I have your phone number?" I'm like, "For what?" And they're like, "Well, you know the Backstreet Boys." I'm like, "I don't know them, but yeah, I've met them a bunch of times." And they were like, "Yeah, so can we have your phone number so we can go to a concert with you?" And I was like,
"No."
What? And they're like, "Yeah, because if you know them, then they'll talk to us too." And I was like, "That's not gonna happen.
That's not how it works."
They do not stop in the middle of the concert to have conversations.
No,
we really don't know them.
They were really
to be fair, they were
drunk. Like
Yes.
21, but it was just like, yeah. And plus,
the thing is, I need good concert seats. So the when tickets go on sale, I need to buy the minimum amount of tickets for our group. I cannot have 6 of us trying to find tickets because they're going to be really far away.
Impossible.
And I'm not going to have good interaction.
And
so 3, maybe 4, we're good.
You are a concert snob.
Yes,
she really is.
I really.
That's okay, buddy. That's okay.
I can't be far away. It's hard.
It's okay. I agree.
Plus, we've put in so much time and so much money and so much effort that I feel like you couldn't
go back.
Yeah.
Once you're there, you can't go back to where you were before.
Like
so
the seats that we had in Vegas were terrible for me. And for a regular person, they would be very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm just like, these are so far away. Where are we?
Yes.
So I feel like, did you guys have any other questions that you feel like you get asked a lot?
Not
The
really.
main one is if they know our names.
Yeah.
That's the main one.
Now, there is like a second level of questions. So those are like what questions that I commonly get asked that aren't necessarily said with malice or like, you know, mean intent. They're just generally curious, maybe a little odd, but just those are, you know, general curiosity question.
There is one.
What?
I get asked sometimes, you still like them? Why?
Well, okay, but that's what I'm getting at. So that there's another level of questions that are meant to be mean.
Yes.
And maybe we don't want to, I'm not going to answer those questions because I just feel like they're, we can bring them up.
Let's let it out.
We can bring them up and say what they are and what I consider to be rude and like that you shouldn't ask. But I'm not going to indulge you with an answer to that because I feel like you're just saying it to be mean.
Oh.
But back in the day when the boys were big anyways, we would still get the mean.
Of course you would. From
the boys in our age and other people.
But that was like, that wasn't necessarily a question. It was just like,
how can you like these boy bands?
Yeah. And these are not the questions that I'm referring to. Like, aren't they gay? Like, no.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Some are, but not the ones you're thinking.
But I'm trying to think more like along the lines of super fans. And again, things that sort of translate across all fandoms. So for example, like some people are like, well, how much did that cost?
It's our money. Why do you care what we spend our money on?
None of your business.
And yeah, it's just meant to be like that question. What the real meaning is, isn't that a waste of money?
Yes.
But is it though? I mean,
it's
people,
not.
Exactly. Like people have their fandoms. People collect baseball cards. People collect stamps. You collect concert stubs because you like going to concerts. Why is that any different than any other hobby?
People see it as
why don't you get
negative.
married and have children instead? You should be doing that.
I'm not holding up my life because of this. I'm paying my mortgage and my bills and whatever. And so, yeah, you're 100% right. Some people spend their money on expensive clothes and shoes and purses. Some people buy expensive cars. Nobody goes up to those people and are like, how much did that cost?
True.
You know, so I don't know why being a fan of something and spending money on experiences is necessarily considered to be a bad thing.
Yeah, it's like a double standard. But like our I dare say millennials, not really, but because you're Gen X and stuff like that. But like we pride ourselves more on experiences and not stuff. Yeah. That's our generation's thing. Because the generations of the past, they were more trinket people. They were like, oh, I got these decorative spoons from like every wonder of the world.
Moments that I've collected.
Exactly, right?
Plates.
Yeah. So I mean, like I feel like that's our generation's thing, and I think that it's better, to be honest with you, because that's just stuff. It's all just stuff. When you die, it's not coming with you.
I was gonna say, and I've read things that like at the end of people's lives, when they've been asked before, you know, when people who are on their deathbed, you're going to remember the experiences you had. You're not going to be like, thank God I bought those Louis Vuitton, you know, bags.
Right.
Because, yeah, in the end, you can't take that with you. You know?
Exactly. That's the same point I was making. Yeah, exactly.
Like when I die, I'll have an interactive museum in which I can talk about my life stories and fun things I've met.
Yeah. And so the other questions are like...
That might be the future of...
Who knows, guys?
Taxidermy. Who knows?
More along these lines.
I don't know. What's the art of being dead? What is that?
That's okay. I like that way.
It's not a thing. Moving on.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. I like it.
Similar things. How many times do you need to see them?
Infinity.
A lot of times.
You just saw that show yesterday. Why do you need to see it again? Because it's a different show. It's a different show. They play different songs. No, they do not play different songs. It's a different
vibe,
show.
Different atmosphere.
You're in a different area. Different things happen.
Yes.
For example, Joey Fatone might get caught up in the... Well, that was hilarious.
Yes.
And then he... one of the NSYNC concerts when they were still together, he got stuck for 2 songs in his harness above the crowd. And what did he do? He just danced. He just danced in his harness and waited for someone to get him. But that didn't happen at another show. So,
and like Lydia, I'm sure you was like, they're like, well, didn't you go to that Comic-Con before? Why do you need to go again? It's not a one-time thing.
It's not. No.
There's different people each time, like different crowds. You can meet new friends.
Exactly.
if you have a favorite movie, do you just watch it once and like, well, I saw that.
In the garbage it goes.
Like, really liked it, never gonna watch it again. Like,
exactly.
you know? And then one that I really hate the most is people who say they're only nice because you pay them.
Oh my gosh, I hate that one as well. Yeah, I got that
Not
one.
true.
They probably are super annoyed and they don't like talking to you, and it's the worst weekend of their life.
What?
And
That's
No one
so
is holding a
mean.
gun to their head telling them to go there.
yes.
And
Plus, you're not there.
You don't know how the experience is.
you're just jealous.
And the thing is,
Because you're not getting hugs from Bestie and other people.
listen, at the end of the day, I am an adult. I realize that this is their job. And so if they had a choice, is it what they would be doing to do anything in the world? Of course not. But no, they don't go to their job and be like, oh, God, I hate this. Because then they wouldn't do it. They don't have to do it. They're millionaires.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
They can stop at any time.
But the point is they enjoy it. Is it their favorite thing to do? No.
Well, I think out of all the jobs, I think that is a pretty fun job. I mean, I'd rather be, shaking hands and signing autographs than filing away paperwork.
No,
or,
but I mean,
like cleaning out porta potties and things like that. Like,
in the grand scheme of things, you could be, if you're a millionaire, you could be on vacation with your family 24/7, and
True.
obviously you'd rather be doing that.
Yes.
I think some people get bored with that.
And like Chinzia said, if they didn't want to do it, they wouldn't do it.
But don't you think that they get something out of it too? Don't they feel like validation by getting, oh, this girl really wants my autograph. These people are really interested in my career and they really want to see me succeed and they love my music. Like, isn't that like it's a two-way relationship. We like their stuff and they like that we like their stuff.
And I know that for a
They
fact
appreciate us.
because they say it.
yeah.
And
They're very appreciative all the time.
you can believe that what they're saying or not, they say how much they appreciate. And they do things. Do you think New Kids and Backstreet need to do a cruise? No.
Not at all.
Yes, they make money from it. Okay? Yes. It's in some respects work. They have to get up early and go to these events, and maybe not every single event is something they wanted to do that day, but they don't have to do it at all. If they didn't enjoy it, they can't be making that much money that, like, oh God, this is the worst torture of my life.
Right. It's true. They have downtime. They can take as much time as they want.
But I just think they
feel like
wouldn't
it's a
do it
different
if they didn't like it.
experience.
They didn't
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you have other members in the band, but as evidenced by O-Town and even Backstreet Boys, if you're not feeling passionate about it and you want to take a break from your band, you can do that. Kevin was gone for how many years?
7.
7 years. Came right back. Everything was wonderful.
He
Like,
felt inspired again.
so
Sorry. Oh no, I don't want to cut you off. To Dee's point though, it is a job. And like, do you remember the Backstreet Boy movie where they had that boardroom meeting and they were like cussing out Nick because they're like, you're late, you don't care, blah blah blah. So like there is some accountability there. So it's not all fun and games. Like, yeah,
no,
yeah.
not
So I mean,
100%.
there is a business aspect to it, and like you're absolutely right, Dee. Like, I mean. I'm sure there's times where they're like, I don't want to do this, but come on, let's get through this, and then they do, right? Because and because we make it fun for them too,
Yeah.
right? Because we're like, woohoo, you look like you crapped your pants. Sorry,
I just like
keep
the
bringing it
fact
up.
that they can do whatever they want. So obviously they're doing stuff as a group, but if like the group is on a break and nobody's really doing anything, oh hey, I'm AJ, I'm going to release a country album. Oh, it's Nick, I'm just going to go make another album, do a little quick tour, and do my jaunt, and then come back. Like, they come and go as they please,
But they don't break up the band like Justin.
exactly.
Justin.
We haven't.
Evil.
I haven't
We
mentioned
talked
how
about
much I
Justin
hate
for a
Justin
while.
Timberlake
I think a
lately.
few
He should
weeks
not be
have gone
named.
by. Yeah.
The Facebook suggested that I buy a shirt that has just like 100 Justin Timberlakes on it.
I feel like that's a gift that we're gonna get you. for
No.
Christmas.
I might have already bought it.
Crumpus gift.
No, you-
Oh,
way
I
too
should
expensive. You
Also
could just print
buy
it off
Amazon.
I thought of that. But there's plans in the works. Don't worry.
Okay. So anyways, yeah. And you know what I think is really entertaining is the boy bands who are on breaks, or a lot of them will go, and guess what job they do?
Masseuse. Yes. Oh my God. Tell me it's a masseuse.
It is not a masseuse.
Okay, can I guess more, or is it? Do I only get one guess?
Sure.
a waiter at like a bar, like Cocktail, you know, where they're like, "It's living in slow motion."
No.
Okay, that was Top Gun. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what you're saying.
think that's close.
Okay, sorry. What do they do?
Construction.
What?
Jacob from O-Town did it. John Knight does it. And John Knight actually has a new show that's coming out next year where he's... So just think of it. Think of this. You are in the biggest boy band in the world. And now your boy band's on a break. You've just said, what are you going to do? Are you
Not construction.
Not construction.
They do it themselves. John renovates it, buys buildings, and renovates them himself.
It's the last thing I would do.
You know what? To be honest,
Well, that makes money, so I can see that.
I can
it's very
see
manly.
Because
they didn't go to college and university.
True. And with the trades, they don't really care who you are. They're like, I'm just nice. Like, I don't care. Can you fix my door? It's like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, I can. So like, they don't. I guess there's that anonymity. Like, there could be that. That's an appeal maybe to the labor industry. Interesting though.
A lot also do behind the scenes like music stuff, like producing and things like that, like JC.
Vanilla Ice did landscaping for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. A lot of musicians, when they're taking a break from the music industry, get into construction and landscaping and things. At least in my observation.
That's very interesting.
It's very interesting. Well, we hope we've answered some of your questions, both good and bad.
Thank you for asking questions and wanting to talk to us.
If you have questions for us, tweet us, leave us a comment on Facebook. You can leave us a comment on this podcast SoundCloud page. So
we really want to engage you, please.
We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for taking a break with us, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.